Good morning, everyone. This is Felix Garcia, aka the Finance Pastor. How is everyone doing this morning? What a day in the stock market where the market is taking off. Last night, Nvidia came out with earnings and beat expectations. Year over year, the data business has been surging over 69%. And we believe, and I believe, that the stock market is really looking at this as a way to take off. Now, also with the news overnight, we had one of the judges pause a lot of the tariffs. So, Liberation Day for the Trump administration is going to have to wait right now until they could fix this injunction from a court from a judge, and let's see what happens. We don't know what's going to happen. The tariff situation is always going to be a key indicator in this type of market. Many people are believing that President Trump is using it too much as a leverage, and many people are against some of these tariffs. But I believe that with the AI boom, that President Trump is using AI to really negotiate some of these deals, just like the United States did with the petrodollar. So you have to look at it that all these countries want in on the AI boom that is happening all over the world. But like again, I said, I believe that the United States is in the same place where they use oil as a bargaining chip right now. Nvidia is being used as a bargaining chip all around the world. And I think there will be an agreement with China. We need China. China needs us. So I'm all for free trade. I'm also for fair trade. And I think that's where a lot of the balance is happening here is the United States. We have a president that's looking out for the people of the United States, where we can have hope of our future generations still having the same quality of life that many of us have, our parents, our grandparents had at one time. So we're seeing this as I see this as a great move and a great indicator of what is to come. The stock market is really taking off this morning. It was off its highs off the futures, kind of down. The S&P is up like about 20 points right now. It was up 39 points, kind of drawing off. And I could see many retail investors taking off profits, believing this is a quick make your money. All these day traders really making money off the move. But if you're looking long term, I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. If you buy and hold these stocks, I think you're going to be very happy if you have a long-term plan. Well, what is a long-term plan? In the stock market, you can have a 1 or 3 year plan, 1 or 5 year plan. Plus, you can also have a 1 or 20 year plan. Whether you're doing stocks, whether you're doing futures, or you're trading options, you can use that intermediary ways to make money in the short term and even have a long term vision. So, as an investor, I have two hats that I wear. I have a long term hat, which is I'm buying and holding, looking for good dividend stocks, possibly do some covered calls just to keep adding maybe 1% a month on that. So, I love those for the long term. What's in my portfolio? Ford, Q's, Nvidia, Tesla, Palantir, and I'm looking to add more stuff into my portfolio. But I like to keep my portfolio very small as far as the number of stocks that I have in my portfolio. Meaning, there's a lot of people that just look for having a lot of many companies, and actually, the least you diversify, the better you are. I'm going to encourage you. There's a Instagram page called Alerts, and it gives you an idea of what many hedge fund managers have in their portfolio, which is pretty cool. You can kind of see where none of them have mutual funds, none of them have ETFs, but they have specific companies, whether it's Uber, whether it's Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Oracle, Johnson and Johnson, Pfizer, all these great companies, GE Aeronautics. You have a lot of many great companies, and if you look at many of these fund managers like Ray Dalio, Kathy Wood, Warren Buffett, you look at what's in their portfolio, and they really have stocks, good stocks, dividend stocks, and that's something you should consider to have in your portfolio. Now, on the short term, whether you're doing 1 month to a year or 2 years, you can trade options. Options is a way where I can make short term cash and then use that money to buy more stocks, which is what my long-term play. So I also invest in real estate. Also, many of you have seen the flips that I have. I kind of have the same approach. I buy and sell to create cash from my real estate deals so I can buy and hold to create cash flow, whether it's an apartment, a complex, whether it's a mobile home park, storage unit. So I do the same with stocks, which is I buy and sell in options to create cash so I can buy and hold and create cash flow through dividend stocks, good paying dividend stocks, plus adding a strategy like covered calls to those type of stock plays. And if you have a long-term view, a long-term perspective, you'll see that over the long term, you'll do so much better by just being patient. Don't worry about the stock market going up and down. It's an emotional game and it can really hurt you if you're just watching it all day. So that's why I'm very key on how I trade. I'm not a day trader. I did that in the beginning 18 years ago and it was very stressful. Now, one of the things that I've enjoyed is being more neutral, whether I'm more of a spread trader or I like swing trading or position trading where I'm riding a trend. I'm in several plays like that. Currently, I'm in the Qs, Palantir, Nvidia, and also in Tesla on long-term options in addition to owning the stock. So that's what we're looking for is what is the position, where we're going. And if you look at the United States stock market over history, if you play the long-term game, you'll do better. There's a statistic that says that about if you do more, if you trade more on the 1 to 15 year range, you'll outperform all mutual fund managers just by being patient, picking good stock. If you're looking for more short-term gains, actually the threshold of making money is very slim. It's kind of like same approach that many people have to real estate, whether buying, holding, renting, and then using the equity. It's kind of like the same approach with that. But you also have to look at what neighborhood you're buying real estate. And you have to have the same approach when you're buying stock. What type of stock are you buying? Are you buying good stock? Are you buying stock that really doesn't move? Or are you looking for stocks that have a potential to keep growing over the future? Which stocks have a competitive advantage? That's where you look at staples like a Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Hershey's. Consider this. When you look at stocks like that, those stocks really they don't have to reinvent the formula. For an example, Coca-Cola, same formula, Pepsi, same formula, Hershey's, same formula. The only thing that changes in those companies is the price of the commodity, the goods, the sugar, corn, syrup, all that stuff that's included in the products that they use. That's the only thing that changes versus a company like a technology, which has to reinvent every single year. Technology that was last year was available no longer is like the latest stuff. And we are doing a lot of things that is in conjunction with Moore's Law. We are doubling. I could see technology even doubling even next year, what we're seeing. And believing that the AI boom is phenomenal. I was watching a documentary about the Stargate, what they're building in Abilene, Texas, off of one of the news. And I really love where the engineering is going with this. We're going to have some super data centers that are going to be completed by next year. And I can see more building and more building and more building. And so, in order for that to happen, we need power. And that's where the EPA, Lee Zeldin, really is a key indicator what regulations are cut. We need nuclear power. And in the southern states, you have some nuclear power that is available. Do we need more? The answer is yes. And we also have to build in a record amount of time. If the United States wants to beat the world, we have to lead. And I believe with all the things that are happening, we will be leading the world, but also the United States it should be invested in helping out other countries elevate. And when you trade properly and when you build relationships with other countries and you give them an opportunity to enjoy the accoutrements of success, I think there's less fighting. what President Trump has done in Syria, opening the doors so the Syrian people can have a chance at a good life after years of fighting, infighting. I believe that there's peace that wants to be brought into the Middle East. We should have more oil flow instead of blood flow, and that's what I believe in that President Trump is doing. He's bringing peace, and peace through strength. We are seeing so many things and key indicators today in the stock market. Again, I'm looking at the stock market live on my screen. Office highs. You're seeing that the S&P is now up 14 points, still up. Nasdaq 37 points. It was office highs of 177. Dow Jones office highs. The tariff situation is going to be a key indicator in what happens here. With the stay that will happen, will the stock market move up or will it continue to decline? Because you have certain indicators that has not popped this up of the mild recession we've been having. So let's take, I'm gonna share my screen here. Look at the SPX right now. SPX just really just in no man's land, just kind of office highs right here. That's what we're looking at. Not moving much. It's just kind of stagnant right now. I could really see that many of the retail traders, the scalpers, the day traders, they're just taking off profits. Many of them were either doing a strangle or straddle on Nvidia, and they're probably taking profits. You have the Nasdaq again up what is it, 37 points, not moving much. Dow Jones kind of same thing, we're having same moves here. I mean, this basically mirroring each other. VIX, yeah, is up a little bit, not much. You can see some volatility, some selling there. Apple kind of struggling there. You've been struggling a little bit. Netflix, okay, you offer 1,200, so I could see this stock just kind of taking a breather here. Look at this big run that it has had. So Netflix again is one of those companies that I do love. They're gonna change the game on live sports venue. They really are gonna change the game, and I am bullish on the stock, but that's more personal opinion. I'm not a stock whisperer. Is more opinion than anything, and that's what I really am. I'm an opinionator. Netflix, gold, not really doing much. Ethereum, Q's up 173 office highs. Q's, I'm bullish on that one. Long term options. Jets, JETS, and I'm a Jets fan, but this stock is actually for those that love to travel. This one has American Airlines, Delta United, Southwest. Some of those, I think Royal Caribbean is actually in that. But Royal Caribbean again, 253. Okay, this is another stock that it's still undervalued. If you're looking to buy good quality company that's still in a decent PE ratio range, this one is still viable, even though it has had a phenomenal run over the last 2 years. I mean, really, you have done well. Nvidia again, still up. You up by 5 points, off by like 2 points. It went to like 142. I saw it this morning. Kind of off. I'm expecting that. I'm expecting people to take money off the table. I don't like doing strangles and straddles on earnings reports because it's like it's such an emotional high over here. So I don't like doing those. I'd rather just play right straight through. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Amazon, again, up a little bit, just following the trend of the market. AMD, again, AMD is, I like this stock. Again, I think it's still in a bearish trend. This is a 1 week, a weekly calendar. And if you look at it from a weekly, it's just, it kind of just on a downward trend. Ford is in my portfolio, kind of suck right now. If you look at it, Ford, you could have, like in the last 2 years, you would have, if you could have bought 10, $15 range and wrote like same pattern right here. Right now is taking another leg down. If it wasn't for the dividend, I would have been out this stock. I own it. And again, if it wasn't for the dividend, I would have been out this stock. So this one is, I know is not a high flyer, but then again, is if you're patient, you still get dividends, plus you can double your money. And I drive a Ford truck. So I'm sold on this company. I know some of you GM people not gonna like that. And all you Toyota Tundra people, stop hating. SPY, again, up 2 points. Meta, I'm bullish on Meta. I'm looking at Meta really to take off. I'm gonna look into entering this trade, probably on an option trade. I would probably go on a November option, November, or maybe like a October option. I think this stock could go to 1,000, but that's personal opinion, not fact. Diamonds, nice trend. Look at this beautiful trend. I love this. It's a beautiful trend right here. And I think is if you long term, diamonds are gonna do well. Russell, you're down a little bit, but not too much. You got like a little inverted hammer right now, but let's see what happens. Tesla, of course, um, traders are gonna take some profits. I mean, I'm doing well on that one. At Palantir, kind of struggling today. Really, you, uh, not terrible, not terrible. 54 cents, not bad. Again, the e-minis, NASDAQ e-mini futures are still up. Mini S&P still up. I mean, we're doing well so far. Today, the stock market is either going to continue with the bullish trend or is just probably going to cool off. Because right now, everybody was waiting on NVIDIA. I mean, it's kind of one of those things that is most people were waiting on what the earnings for Nvidia was going to be, but now we can see is that the market has priced this in. Now the key cog is going to be the tariff. What is President Trump going to do? What does this mean? Can Do they have another outlet on how to go around the tariffs, or can they take another approach through a different taxation? That's going to be a key indicator. So whatever happens this weekend, uh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is going to be very imperative towards the stock market moves on Monday. So could there be big news? Maybe. Could there be nothing? Maybe also. So we are looking just to see what those opportunities could be in the stock market. I'm bullish, of course, but also short term, I'm bearish. You have to look at what those key indicators are telling you. And I try not to get too emotionally involved, but sometimes it's so easy. But I have to understand that the stock market is going to do whatever it's going to do, regardless of what I think it should do. And that's where you have kind of like that neutral play where it's if this, then that type of approach. Long term, I'm a hold. Long term, I take the Warren Buffett approach, which is if you're patient, and that's the key indicator here. You need to be patient and not be moved by every swing that the stock market does. That's a key emotional thing that many traders deal with is the, oh, I'm up big or I'm down. It's like this constant highs and lows of being a trader. And one of the things is you plan your work and then you work your plan. That's the way, the best way to trade in the stock market. I look forward to giving you more insight. I want to see what the stock market does all weekend. I got to go on a business trip pretty soon, but I wanted to make a live video before I headed out. And what stocks are you guys wanting me to look? If you leave your comments on your page, I will answer them. Whether you like me or you don't, I will answer. And I am very sarcastic. So if you're gonna comment, I'm gonna bring it too. So it's that New York in me. It's that New York Jets fighter and Joe Klecko. I love you, man. Just representing. Guy right here, Joe Klecko, Hall of Famer Inc. That's my dude, Joe Klecko, and my wife actually got me this. And another thing, I got a nice little present. Is I've had this baseball card. So this is Michael Jordan. This is the Michael Jordan baseball card. I've had it for since 1991. So I've always been a fan of Michael Jordan. I just was a Knicks fan, so I was always afraid to have his cart. Now, one thing that I got here is I'm gonna show you. Let me go get it. Is I got my first pair of Air Jordans, and I got the retro threes, which are my favorite ones. And I got a authenticity card from eBay, which I shout out to eBay. And I love these sneakers. I haven't worn them yet, but these are my favorite ones, which is the retros. These are my favorite ones. I love these. These are authenticity on there, but slightly used. I don't mind about that, but I love Jordan 3s. Which ones are your favorite? I don't know, you guys. Are you guys Jordan fans? Or see which ones do you like? But I love these sneakers. Uh, these are some of my favorites. I can't wait to wear them officially. So, but I love them already. And shout out, these are tens. So you got to see them here. So I can't wait. So it's been a good day. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to see what is going to happen in the stock market this week. Whether it's going to go up or down or it's going to stay stagnant, I don't know. But what I do know is that people who are looking for opportunities to make money in the stock market will find opportunities if you're patient and if you have a long-term game. So keep following me. Give me more insight. Give lit me up on my comment feed. Let me know what questions you have. I want to answer your questions. I love doing this. This is what I love doing. I eat and breathe the markets. I love real estate. For those of you who have followed me over the last 10, 12 years, you have seen all the projects I've done, from flipping to rentals and also investing in the stock market. So I've been doing this for quite a bit. So I love it. I enjoy it. My enthusiasm is always there. And, for all you people who are out there, whether you don't like the way I speak, whether you think I'm kind of ghetto, which I am, I get that. I love the comments. And you know what? Even though you might hate some of the stuff I may say, I thank you. You know why? Because you help my algorithm. You help my algorithm by with your comments. You help my algorithm by even if you don't like me. So I like that too. So all the haters, all you keep doing is you just keep feeding my my algorithm. So keep doing that. And I would love to discuss with you guys on one. And some of you have had some great comments. I really do, and I've taken them to heart. So I'm not that nutty that I can't learn from someone else. So until next time, I hope to speak to you guys soon. Comment below. If you haven't followed me, hit that subscribe button and follow the Finance Pastor. Anytime I hit any new videos, it'll hit to you first. I look forward to doing that and see you guys next time.